Welcome to Baja Window to the South. We are your hosts, Olga Sanchez de la Vega.
And I'm Denitza Garcia. Baja Window to the South, it's a weekly program that showcases the best of Baja California. Today, we're here at the Baja Studios in Rosarito.
And we're gonna learn more about the production and films and everything that happens here. Once you come to Baja, it's a little bit more than just that. Let's learn more about it.
Hello everyone, I'm Denitza Garcia and I'm here at the Baja Studios in Rosarito, one of my favorite places. Here's where Selena was filmed, and I want you to join me so we can learn more about the film industry here in Baja California. About the film industry, a big boom happened here in Baja California in 1997 when Titanic was filmed at the time in Fox Studios in Rosarito, now Studios Baja. This major production was a breakthrough here in Baja. And since Titanic, a family in the film industry was born. An average of 70 productions are filmed in Baja California every year, from short films, videos, commercials, documentaries to well-known TV series and movies. Baja California means closeness, studios, crew, talent, experience, accessible costs, and many great locations. There are different festivals here in Baja, like the Baja California International Film Festival and the Photo Film Tijuana. Some movies filmed here in Baja are Pearl Harbor, 007 Tomorrow Never Dies, The Weight of Water, Planet of Apes, All Is Lost, Little Boy, and of course, Titanic. TV series like Fear the Walking Dead and Selena. Different producers and directors from the film industry consider that Baja have the best of the two countries. Because finally, what's closer to Hollywood? Of course, Baja California. And it's considered highly qualified with great international experience. Many films and TV series have been done through the years, in some cases complete, and in other parts of them. But each one taking advantage of a great service, excellent crew, different location that represents the world and the infrastructure in Baja California. There's no doubt Baja California, it's a key place in the film industry with all the potential to grow. Hello everyone, we're here with a very special person, a woman that I admire so much. She is a key person here in Baja California. She is one of, I believe she's the best producer here in Baja California. Welcome, Luisa Gomez de Silva.
Thank you, Denitza. Thank you, Olga. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And please tell us, how did you become a producer?
Long story. No, I started working in communication. My background is in journalism. I worked for a couple of years in a local TV station and then a national network. And in Mexico, to get your bachelor's, you need to do a thesis. So at the time, my time ran out from college to get my thesis done, and I asked the TV station for permission to go back to finish the thesis. And they told me, no, this is a 24/7 job, so I had to quit. So at the time, I quit the TV station, I went to work on my thesis, I did my exam, and then a friend of mine asked me, what are you gonna do next? And I'm like, well, probably I'll go look to the other network, because I couldn't go back to the network.
Right. I asked
quit.
for something that I really wanted.
So he's like, why don't you go to Titanic? And at the time, what we were saying, this is back in 1996, and I'm like, I don't want to be an extra, because at the time, that's what you were hearing on the news, that they were looking for extras. And he's like, oh no, they're hiring in all the departments. My brother is going on Monday. This was on a Friday. He's like, my brother is going on a Monday. You should bring your CV. So I said, oh, sure, I'll do that. So I gave my CV to his brother on a Sunday. He brought it to the studio where we're right now sitting. On a Monday, they called me on a Tuesday for a Wednesday interview, and this was May 5th, 1996. So this past May, I turned 26 years working in the film industry. So it all started that way. Thank you. And I guess it was, I always say I have been very lucky. My goal, I wanted to be a news correspondent all over the world, and I ended up working in film. I wouldn't change it. I'm happy with the path I chose. I've been very fortunate, but that's how I started. I started working on Titanic. I was art department coordinator for Mexico, and after I finished working on Titanic for a year, I stayed working for 20th Century Fox for 6 years, and then I opened up my production services company where I have been working for the last 20 years.
Wow. And since then, so you mentioned Titanic is a huge one to get you started. I mean, what an entrance, right? And then now with your own company, with your own production company, what are some of the names that you have or some of the films that you have done?
I have to say first that there's a generation of people that started on Titanic with me, and somebody jokes out there that it's the Titanic generation, and I believe it is because a lot of us started there in different areas, different departments, and all of us have been scaling up, and it's always like a little family. We were talking before we started that there's not a lot of people in Baja that do film, but everybody that does is a family. We know each other, we support each other, and we're always trying to work together as much as we can. Then with the company, I've been lucky enough that I've been traveling all over. I've been working in a lot of countries, from Alaska to Ushuaia and Land's End. I've been working in Bahamas, I've been working in Panama. I've worked with Robert De Niro, with Robert Redford. I've been very lucky and very fortunate to work with in 26 years. But recently, the last shows I produced Selena, the series for Netflix. Last summer, I produced The Garcias for HBO Max, and right now we're trying to close 2 other shows for the end of the year.
Congratulations. Wow, what a career.
Her resume, it's just unbelievable, and I'm so happy to have you here, Lulu. I'm very excited. I look at her and I'm like, oh my God, wow. And well, with here at the Baja Studios, this being practically your second home. Can you please tell us about your experience here?
I would say it's my home, not my second home. Exactly. We usually joke about it, but we spend more time here than with our own family. So I started back in '96. I was here until 2002. Then the studio got sold, and then when in 2007 I came back with Dawn Treader for the People of Narnia, and I've been working since there, here and there. As much as I have projects that they're interested in shooting at the studio or shooting in Baja, I bring them here. It's my home, and I joke and I say that I'm part of the assets of the studio. No, I've been here forever. No, it's always it's like coming
Lulu,
home.
You are. We got here and they're like, but Lulu hasn't. He's just not here yet. I'm like, no,
right.
She will come. Let's just
right.
let this set up and then but
as soon as you walk in, it turns into life.
No, it's funny because it is one of the most well-known facilities in the world. It has like the biggest tanks. And this is not a commercial, but it is also because it happens. There's a lot of people that ask us. At the beginning, it was just focused on water-related shows. Right. But since the new ownership began, we're trying to accommodate every production possible.
What do you, in talking about Baja California, what do you think Baja California needs in order so the productions, come here to film more often, with more facilities?
I think, and this is something that we've discussed and we've been loving for many, many years together with the studio administrators and with friends from Warner, Disney, and all over. We're looking definitely for a government incentive. That's like the key ingredient, if you can say that everybody asks for. That's one of the first things that my clients request. They ask if there's an incentive in my country, and if they know that there's none, there's always discretion. We have been getting support from all the local authorities, all the government levels in other administrations have helped us without being a formal incentive per se. But definitely I would say that there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of states, a lot of countries that are portraying Mexico because we don't have an incentive. And there's, as a producer, there's as much as you can do, like trying to get the best rates, the best crew, try to accommodate to make it happen. But definitely if we had an incentive, that would definitely put us again in the map.
We are so thankful to have you here.
So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
No, most definitely. I don't know, just for last, if you want to add something else or a message that you want to give for the people that want to work in the film industry here in Baja. Yeah, because
no, I always tell them you have to be a bit loony to be in this business. It's a lot of sacrifice, but you have to be resilient. You put a lot of stake. It's something that, but if you're passionate about it and you like it and you enjoy what you do like I do, I don't see myself doing anything else in the next few years.
Beautiful.
No, you're the best. No, thank you so much for being here, Lulu.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And now we're going with Denitza to learn more about Rosarito. You will be amazed.
Rosarito, Baja California, it's located in the Pacific coast of Mexico. It lies just south of the city of Tijuana, and it's 20 miles away from the U.S.-Mexico border. Rosarito, it's a major tourist destination, the perfect spot for surfers. Thousands of surfers per year hit local beaches in search of the perfect wave. Here in Rosarito, you will find some of the best waves of the region, like Kilómetro 38 and many other spots to surf. Rosarito is also the birthplace of the world-renowned Puerto Nuevo-style lobster, prepared fried and served with rice, refried beans, and homemade flour tortillas. 100,000 lobsters per year are served at the Puerto Nuevo Lobster Village. Rosarito has definitely a party time atmosphere. You will find that many people come just to enjoy the beachfront clubs and nightclubs for the weekend. Rosarito is a popular nightlife spot with U.S. visitors. Blockbusters like Titanic, Pearl Harbor, and television series like Fear the Walking Dead and Selena were filmed at the Baja Studios here in Rosarito as well. The Baja Center Convention is located here, with the hosting capacity for 11,000 people. Here are a few things you can do in Rosarito. Enjoy the beaches, hiking and horseback riding, lobster at Puerto Nuevo, scuba diving, get to know Popotla, visit Calafia. And about the art and culture, browse through galleries. You can look for an art exhibition because Rosarito is and has been an inspiration for many artists. You can try the all-terrain and ultralight vehicles, and you can go and try tacos El Yaqui, considered the best tacos in the world. And of course, you can't miss visiting the traditional Rosarito Beach Hotel. Rosarito has a great combination of restaurants, good food, shops, clubs, and beach activities like we mentioned. But you definitely have to try it yourself and come visit the beach town here in Baja California.
She's originally from Guadalajara, and she found herself in the arts thanks to her father from the early ages when he was working at Secut. So I would like to know more about that, and I would like to know more about your ultimate and new productions, which I believe is also Selena, which it was just filmed here in this Baja Studio. So welcome,
Thank
Barbie.
you.
To Baja Window to the south. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah, as you say, when I came to Tijuana with my father, José Luis Pardo, he was working at Secut, Centro Cultural Tijuana, and he sent me to study theater, acting. So I did like 20 years of my life, an acting career. 3 years in La ANDA, it's Asociación Nacional de Actores, Instituto Andrés Soler, and then I did Diplomado. It's a 1-year study of IMBA. It was called. It was also at Secut, and it was called El Caen.
Yes.
Caen. But what happened is that I fell in love with the acting career, with acting and then directing. I directed some theater plays in that we opened at Secut. Several seasons for children and for teenagers. But then my dad sent me to do a casting for Titanic.
Okay, dads.
So then I got in, and I spent 6 months here at Baja Studios working, and then I fell in love working behind the cameras. Why? Because on those 6 months that I was here, the extras casting agency that was hired here invited me. Well, I asked the casting director.
Can I help?
Yeah, can I help? And they invited me to start helping them hiring more extras for the big scenes, for Southampton, and the big scenes where they needed a lot of extras. So then after Titanic, I decided to be behind the camera.
That's where you started your agency, Barbarella Pardo. It was after?
It was later, because I wanted to be an AD. That's an assistant director. So I study and I prepare myself to be that. But they didn't give me work. They were calling me more for casting, for extras
we need
casting.
you where we really need the help. You have done this for over 31 years, and you have worked with big productions. What other productions have you been involved with?
Well, around, I don't know if it was the 90s, the beginning of the 90s, I don't remember right now, but I got called in to help to produce some movies. It's American movies, low budget movies that were coming here, and I started producing, and I really liked it. I really liked it. So then I went on to study. I hired a teacher and he showed me how to do budgets, and he explained a lot of what I needed to do with unions and crew, and you know, all the
legality of it.
All the law, yeah, exactly. The working law. And I always say, if you hire the best, then you don't have to do much.
Exactly.
So I think the crew here in Baja are very prepared. They are, I think, the best crew that I've worked with in all my life. So when I started producing, two of the last things that I did is I went to República Dominicana.
Okay.
I got to travel there with a comedy that I produced here in Tijuana. Wow. And then we just went there for 3 days to do like the outsides of the movie.
Yeah.
We did all the interiors here and the exteriors
That's
over there.
Great.
And then last week I just came back from Los Angeles.
There you
because
go.
I was in the team of the producers of another comedy with the same director, Rene Bueno.
Rene Bueno.
And well, that movie has like 30 major stars. It was like a dream watching them work.
Wow! Wow! That's great.
It was like when you're there and you see the actors work, you're just, oh my God.
Thank you.
That's
why I'm doing
hard,
this, right?
And you, but not only, oh my God, you got me teary-eyed, but not only you have a dream that you said, I want to do this. You know, I was inspired by my dad, but then you also went through all the training. You said, I'm not just going to jump in there and then try to figure it out as I go. I'm going to learn, and I'm going to learn from real people.
Well, yeah, but you know that when you are working on set with the best, I trained 6 months with the people from Titanic. You know who they are. So it's the best, I think that's the best school that you can get, because when you go to the university, you get the theory, but when you come here, then you get to see the real world.
Yes.
And it's very, very hard.
And that was here, Barbarella, at Baja Studios, and all happened here in Baja California. I mean, that is great. And you know, tell us a little bit more your experience here at the Baja Studios, because you know, just Selena recently, and you know, so many things you have been.
Yeah, the last thing we did here was the Coca-Cola live streaming show. That it was something that I've never been in, and we did Selena. That's when the COVID came, so we got stopped, but then we came back. We were also, oh my God, also when I was doing Selena, they hired me to do Coyote. It was a great show. I was so proud of the work that we did in casting.
You also did for The Walking Dead here.
Oh yeah, we did.
Of course.
We did 2 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead. Yes.
Exactly. Thank you so much for coming and share with us, you know, your journey and your experience. And I don't know if there's something you want to add, or you know, we'd like to close with a message. You that you work with actors and people in the film industry, you know.
Well, yeah,
want to join.
For the producers, for them to know that you can find great talent here locally. crew, but also actors and the extras. You know, I have a pool, a database of, I don't know, 60,000, how do you say?
60,000.
60,000 extras that know how to work as an extra.
Yay, thank you so much, Barbarella.
Thank
it's a
you.
pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, and thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
And please join me next. We're gonna go to a school, Mind Hub, when they have scholarship for kids so they can access and they can study. So please join me. Hello everyone, my name is Enitza Garcia and I'm here at Mind Hub where they're gonna tell us about scholarship for kids where they can study and learn through this platform online. Come on and join me. The world changed after the pandemic, and speaking about education, children had to study mostly online. And even though they are back to school, here in Mexico, there's an opportunity for them so they can get the education they deserve with this online platform.
LIA is a new way to learn and teach. Basically, Club LIA have been a community of teachers, parents, students, and schools regularly for 20 years, working with new generations, technology, all of this new way of learning. Right now, more than 10,000 students right now in the online community website. And also, we teach teachers and how to adapt to new technology, to, you know, all of that we're living right now.
With this online platform, you can make that possible donating for a scholarship so every kid have the possibility to learn and study. And that's why Héroes was created.
Héroes, I love that part of that we create because it's not only heroes, but heroes who transform education, who can do the difference. Because right now we cannot only ask schools or teachers to be part of the changes, right? So we all can do something right now for the kids, especially for those who cannot pay for a good education or platforms and digital and all of that. So Heroes Who Transform Education, it's a way that we invite citizens, companies, and everybody who can afford a kid to be able to get this whole opportunity for just $180 a year. In this event, we're gonna be able to present all what we are doing and to be able to open these memberships to be to ask people who can donate this membership for all the kids that we can help during the event. But also, we're gonna start in this event this movement that it's gonna be open, you know, forever. Hopefully, growing and inviting more and more people to be part of these donations for these foundations and community centers and all of that. It's the easiest way to help kids be part of their education.
We want to invite you to be a hero so all children can learn. Lourdes, please tell us, where can they donate?
Go to the website educationmakeover.org.
Excellent. And we have an upcoming event. Tell us when.
It's this August 25th on Tijuana, Mind Hub, right here where we are right now. You can be part of this great event with great food, wine, beer, and friends, and be donating at the same time.
Starting from now, come and join us in this event. It's going to be great, and you can still donate after the event. Just remember that via Hero, so everyone can have access to the education they deserve, especially, of course, our kids.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And see you here, of course.
And we are here at where the Titanic was filmed, Pearl Harbor, and just to name a few of the productions on the biggest tank in the world when it comes to filmmaking. Can you believe this?
Yes, the biggest tank in the world here in Baja California, okay? Can you imagine? We're thrilled, we're very excited and grateful. Thank you so much to the owners and Baja Studios for having us here.
And this is one of the many beautiful things that we have here in Baja. So if you're not doing your films here, give us a call. We know a few people, right?
No, most definitely. You can come and film to Baja.
Thank you for joining us again on another episode of Baja Window to the South. See you next week.